Hey everybody, and welcome back to more Pokemon SoulSilver. Last time, we ran up to Ecruteak City. We kind of explored and took out a Sudowoodo, I believe, and today, well, we're in Ecruteak City, and here is Bill. Not Bill Gates, but Bill, kind of the computer guy. I believe he's based off of Bill Gates, actually. Obviously, we probably remember Bill from Pokemon, well, Fire Red, let's play that, and the original games in general. Bill is a quite interesting character from the original games because when we first see Bill, he is kind of transforming himself into a Pokemon, kind of fusing himself together. Basically, he's inside of a Clefairy, I believe, or Clefable. I believe it's the Clefairy. And we have to free him from the Clefairy's body so he can turn back into regular Bill. And that scene is, as you've probably seen in the movie, because it's a super good movie, The Fly, super good. I really recommend it. It's kind of a dark reference. I've never watched the original Fly, if I'm being honest. I have seen the remake, which is really good. I believe it's the remake. It's the one that came out in the 90s, I'm pretty sure. I really like it. But besides that, we got an Eevee from Bill. So if you go to Ecruteak City, he will tell you, hey, if you come back to my shack or my home in Goldenrod, basically you can get something. If you come back here, you will get, as you see there, an Eevee. So this Eevee's quite different in the remake compared to the original. So in the original, Eevee is level 20. However, in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, this Eevee is level 5. This admittedly does kind of suck, because you have to do more level grinding to make Eevee usable, and this Eevee, unfortunately, isn't like the one in Let's Go Eevee, where it's a kind of a tank. In this game, it's just a regular Eevee, and saying this now, welcome our new party member, it is Eevee. We're going to be using Eevee because I like Eevee, and why not? Eevee's cool. So, Eevee's a normal type, and it can evolve into a lot of evolutions, as the name goes. You probably know your regulars like Jolteon, Vaporeon, Flareon. However, in the Gen 2 games, it got 2 new evolutions with Espeon and Umbreon. And obviously, I'm going to evolve one of these into an evolution, even though I do know people who like just using Eevee as just Eevee. I am not one of those guys, but still. While we were off screen, you can probably tell the Eevee jumped a good 9 levels. I made sure during my time in a break to kind of, I guess, level Eevee up and do some leveling up with it, because we're going to be doing a future boss battle pretty soon, not in this episode, but later on, and I want Eevee to be usable. And we're in a new area, because I kind of skipped this area while we were leaving Violet City. You can visit this area after going to Violet City, but this is the Ruins of Alph. And I did this because this area is not a really important area, it's more of a lore area, but we want to come here and use these Rock Smash to basically destroy these rocks. I'm teaching it to Heracross now because I want to show this area off, but I will be taking Rock Smash off of Heracross later in the LP. But if you go and smash these rocks, you can either get items or encounter a Geodude. And Eevee's first battle, why not? It's under-leveled, we can do whatever with it. So, when you get Eevee in this, in the game, Eevee doesn't have a lot of great move pools, as there's a big difference in its move pool from the original games compared to now. Its move pool in the original had Tackle, Tail Whip, Sand Attack, and Growl. So, yeah. Speaking of Growl, there you go. I was looking at my notes and that popped up. But in the remakes, it only has Tackle, Tail Whip, and Helping Hand, so it doesn't have a lot to work with. So what I made sure to go do, so making the leveling up I guess the grind with Eevee, because it is a bit of a chore immediately trying to get Eevee leveled up, I taught it Headbutt, because it makes it a lot easier. We also got a rare candy here. I don't know if I've shown rare candies in the OP yet, but if you give a rare candy to a Pokemon, it will jump up a level. The only thing about it is it won't get as many, ironically, Eevees with it, but if you're really playing the main game, I think you'd be okay, but yeah. It comes in handy, so I just really wanted to get Eevee caught up to our current levels, because I do want to try and use Eevee a bit, and yeah. I like Eevee's little sprite as it follows you. It's very, very cute, but yeah. But going into the Ruins of Alph, this is an interesting little area here. It's actually a set of ruins you can go to, located in the Johto region, obviously, and it's filled with the Pokemon Unknown. These are psychic types that do resemble letters of the alphabet, and I would not recommend using these. So, these ruins are quite big. I have to use my mouse here as much as I hate doing it. It really sucks. I literally just learned today I could get away with not having to use this and it won't pop up on OBS, and it made me kind of mad. But I've already recorded this part, so I kind of have to deal with it. But, in the Ruins of Alph, there are slide puzzles you have to do. And if you do all these, you can get into different sections of the Ruins of Alph. And you can kind of go in there and get new forms of Eevee, find items, or not Eevees, I wish you could find Eevees here, but you can get new forms of the unknown, like with different alphabet letters and items and stuff. It's pretty cool. I remember growing up playing this game, I always thought there was like a hidden legendary here that I could never find, because at that time, like, I didn't have access to the internet, and just stuff like that. I'd always try to find new legendaries in games, and I always thought there was like a super unknown, or the unknown were protecting something here. If you got all the unknown, you would find like this cool legendary here in the Ruins of Alph, or if you go and catch all of them, you'd find a secret room where a legendary was. I always was very interested in this area, and I wanted to always find something here. And I remember when the remakes were getting announced, I was really hoping they were gonna put like a legendary somewhere in the Ruins of Alph from like another generation, or maybe they would have brought in the Reggie trio and they would have put them in the Ruins of Alph. Something like that I think would have been really cool, because like this area doesn't have a lot going on with it in the original games. However, in the remakes, if you had the mystery gift, this place is very different. And I'm not sure if I'll be able to show this, so I do want to bring it up now. When these games first came out, you could get a mystery gift called the Azure Flute. And the cool thing about this I do like, because the game actually ties kind of into the mystery gift with this, in certain points of the ruins, if you use your radio, you can hear noises that sound similar to the melody of the Azure Flute. And this item's really cool because if you hacked your way into the Gen 4 games, Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, you could get the Azure Flute, and if you walked up to the Spear Pillar where you face off against Cyrus and get either Dialga, Palkia, or into the Distortion World to get Giratina, when you got there and the Azure Flute went off, you could face off against the god of Pokemon, Arceus. And you would walk up the stairs, and there is where God would be on this really weird platform over the Spear Pillar. It's really strange, but still. Work with me here. However, if you get the Azure Flute as a mystery gift, you can get Arceus. And this unlocks this really trippy as fuck event where Arceus will, like, kind of do, like, a big boom, and he'll create either Dialga, Palkia, or Giratina. I don't know what Game Freak was smoking when they made this event, but it had to be some strong stuff, and I kind of want some, because that event is weird as hell. If I cannot show it off, I will definitely make sure later in the LP to at least show that event, because, oh my god, it's so crazy. It's kind of amazing. And it's kind of ironic doing this part now after we had the reveal of Pokemon Legends Arceus, where you're going to the Sinnoh region and you're going to try and find Arceus. I was curious how that was going to get handled, because when they had the Gen 3 remakes, they let you capture Rayquaza, and then you went up into space and fought Deoxys. And listen, I have a lot of issues with Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. However, that is one of the coolest moments probably in the series, I think. But, I was curious when they did Diamond and Pearl remake if they were going to let you, like, fight Arceus, because really, until I'm assuming this game coming up, there's never been an official way to actually catch and fight Arceus. And I get it, because it's a god. It's the god Pokemon. And I'm kind of iffy on the whole god thing. I don't really like Dialga and Palkia that much. Design-wise, they're great, but, like, I don't really like the whole, like, god of time, god of space thing. I think it's just kind of dumb for Pokemon. It's kind of a stretch. I don't have issues with, like, the legendary birds or anything like that, but I don't really like there is a god of Pokemon. I just think it's kind of stupid. I just like my legendaries to be super strong, but they're not like gods, you know. We got the dowsing machine, by the way. If you go into random areas and click on that, you'll find secret items. It's a very handy item. But I was curious how they were going to handle it, so they would make a secret episode for the remakes, but no, Arceus is just going to get his own game pretty much now, which is really cool. I definitely have opinions on that game. I think it definitely has potential to be amazing, because they're going a new approach, whole action RPG kind of thing, and it's a new setting. Well, it's Sinnoh, but it's like Sinnoh way in the past. It could be really cool. However, just because a Pokemon game has good potential doesn't mean it'll always be good. Sword and Shield, while I like those games, had potential to be amazing and were definitely underwhelming, and I worried this game will be the same way, because Sword and Shield, I don't want to get the full topic, but definitely don't run great and were not optimized great, and Game Freaks know not to be really great optimization. The gameplay we got shown looks like it's running at like 2 frames per second, and that's not 2, maybe about like 10, but it still is running quite poorly, and that was not a good first impression to really show. I hope it's good, because I think the lore could be really interesting for what they're gonna do, but I definitely have my doubts, and yeah. If this would have been Game Freak at the time of Gen 4 and 5, I definitely would have been like, alright, this game's gonna be great, but now I'm kind of like, I don't know how good this is gonna be, so yeah. Also, I love Ecruteak City. I will talk more about Ecruteak City in the next episode, but it's so cool. And this guy's just trying to hit up this Kimono girl. I almost said Kyoto girl. It's kind of Kyoto. This place is kind of similar to it, I guess. But, yeah, the Galactic Grunt likes to dance, and I really like it a lot. But we can't let this guy harass women, so let's take him out. We're gonna give Eevee a shot, let Eevee do a few battles, because for the gym, it's not gonna be the most best attacker, I guess. So for now, we're gonna let Eevee try and take out this coughing, and it did a good chunk of damage here. Cool thing about Headbutt is Headbutt can flinch the Pokemon, and I really like that a lot. Headbutt's a good move for your Eevee in this game. I recommend it for early on. But it's got Poison Gas here. Poison Gas is an automatic poison. It's very similar to Toxic. I personally prefer Toxic over Poison Gas, but it's still not a bad move. But yeah, this fight's really easy. It sucks that Eevee got poisoned, but it's still quite easy. This is what you get for harassing women, you know? Learn! Respect them, you know? It's not hard. But we keep running into these Kimono girls quite a bit. It's kind of strange, actually. But yeah, we really come in here, we don't get anything for it. Well, no, we do get something for it, I'm sorry. We got HMO3, which is Surf. And this is a really good move. If you have a, well, by this point, you'll probably have a Croconaw, or even if you have a Quagsire, any kind of water type, if you can get that, a water type, it's a really good move to have, especially going into the gym and stuff, because it's just a great move against any Pokemon, really. Surf's one of my favorite water type moves ever, but yeah. So next time on Pokemon SoulSilver, we're going to be heading and exploring more of the Ecruteak City, and exploring quite an interesting area, and going more into the lore of the Johto region and this city as a whole for one of my favorite parts of the game. So, I'll see you guys next time for more Pokemon SoulSilver.